Oh crap, that mic seem hot as hell though. Mic check 1 2. Alright, I think we all live. Hey, what's going down? It's your man DJ SLK. I'm in the building, I'm in the studio. You did we get it back? 1092 is not optimal. What do we need to do there? We need Alright, so as I was saying earlier, man, whenever I get into a mode, a place where I just get stressed out, man, and I just I just have when I have no answers, man, and I can't even I have no even no way to communicate when I get lost in my words and I can't communicate effectively when I feel like, you know what, I'm so aggravated and frustrated that nothing really matters. I just can't express myself. I gotta come to my music. That's my only comfort, man. And what's crazy is, man, you know, you want people to support you. I remember when I was first starting out doing my music, man, and how discouraging everybody was about me doing my music, and how discouraging and how they, nobody was very supportive. Everybody thought, oh, they just talked down on everything, just everything. And I'll never forget what my brother said. He told me, oh, man, Keith, his friend said that, oh, I need to do not, I need to just let that music thing go. And he had to, I mean, my brother actually came and told me that his partner, I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck what that nigga think. You know what I'm saying? I was so aggravated and mad about that shit. I was like, man, why you come telling me what your punk ass, that's our friend, but I was like, man, at the time I was thinking to myself, who gives a fuck what that nigga think? You know what I'm saying? And when I think back on it, man, I think back on all the times and all the people that did that exact same thing to me, man. It just always discouraging. I always had a discouraging word. And then I didn't listen to him. Of course, I did, kept doing my thing. But I just think back if on all them days and all those conversations, man, I just think back on, man, really I think back on all the people that just never really, all that, just like I said, just really talking down, just really having nothing to say, no encouragement, not from nothing. I mean, just every time. It just happened to me today. I call, and I was asked because I'm still trying to find a location for my detail shop, and I called and I'm asking about the thing, and then he tell me about the price and tell me she said it was like $3,200 a month, and I was like, okay, well that's cool. And she got questioned. Well, 30. Are you gonna have? You can handle that. And I'm thinking, well, now I'm not even. I'm not getting the. I'm definitely dropping the property now. You feel what I'm saying? I'm definitely dropping the property now. What's going down, Pierre? Hold on. Oh, okay. Nah, I was just checking in with you because I'm about to start lining up these appointments, and so I just wanted to, talk, just sit down and see how we gonna, schedule in and moving the tank around and you know, and stuff like that. So whenever you're available, what I'm saying, let's kind of sit down so we can figure it out so that I can make sure I'm able to make appointments and stuff and not, what I'm saying, be setting people up. Or Um, okay, well, I'm trying to, I'm finna, right now, it'd probably be tomorrow because I'm trying to get this truck taken care of as far as the tags and all of that because I gotta get the, well, I got it fixed. The truck is fixed now. The guy came and fixed the truck, and then, but the tags was out on it, so I got to get the tags and all that fixed up and done right. And I got to switch my insurance. It's a lot of stuff going on with my insurance and stuff. So when I do that, but I plan to have that done by tomorrow. And then I found me a little spot over here by my house. I found a spot to set up. Well, yeah, because I just found a little spot where I can sit up and do my people, so I can sit up and just do it. Right over in my house, it's like a little dead end. So I want to set up shop right here at my dead end and just tell everybody, to come over here, and then they come over here and get washed. And then, but I found another spot too. My cousin, she looking into it for me though. A guy that had the details shop right there on the corner of Wheeler and Almeda. Used to be a little detail shop right there called Shine. Yes. So my cousin, Womack, his office is right across the street. That office building right across the street, that's his office. And so he know those people. So I called him yesterday and asked him to get in touch with those people for me and find out what they talking about for that building. I mean, for that little spot. I just want to do a month to month thing. I told him we don't need no long term thing because we just want month to month to be able to just go in there and wash cars, and until we can find something permanent. You know what I'm saying? So I told him we don't want no long term lease. If they willing to work out something month to month, we paying them a little something every month just to be able to come over there and wash cars until we can find a permanent location. Yeah, but see, I got the hookup with my. But see, my dude. But I got because I'm gonna go holler at Lynn. Right, Lynn got that car club. They got it on the Turkey Leg Hut. Yeah. So he has a car club, and they got like a hunt, and they got 30 cars. Yeah, they got those car clubs. He buy antique cars and stuff like that there. So being in that close vicinity, because like on Sundays, they all come down there, all the bikers and everything on Alameda, man. It just light up on the weekends. And if we're right there, you know what I'm saying, I can catch all them cats coming in on the weekends over there on Alameda. So that's the reason I'm looking into that. Yeah, we can move around too. I'm gonna do that too. But if we able to just post up right there on Fridays and Saturdays, you know what I'm saying, I think we can kill them just posting up right there on Fridays and Saturdays. And so that's why I want to ask him. Okay, bet. Okay, bet. Um, did you get that filter though? Did you get the filter? Right, but you still need that filter, the deionizer. Because see what it is that the inside of that thing isn't coated, so we gotta have that deionizer in there to keep that rust or anything from coming out the water. Hello, can you hear me, P.A.? Shit, I think it hung up. P.A. Oh crap, it hung up. Am I still live? Yes. Oh, I did it again. I keep doing that, baby. I don't know why. All right, that's what's Yeah, but it's not the pump. It's the ionizer. Oh, yes, we can get an inline one. It's the one. It's the water filters the filters that they use in the RV trucks. And so if we put it in there, then we don't have to worry about if there's rust inside the thing because it'll clean it up before it pumps it out. So we put it in there before the pump in the line. So we put a hose that filter, then the pump, and that way it'll fit. Okay, for sure. So, all right. Well, I'll call you because I got to work. So I'll call you and let you know exactly what's going on. Maybe about 12ish. Okay, man. Um, all right, back at it. Had to take care of a little business because I have a business. But see, I can't even do my business because I'm so discombobulated because of me and people are distracting, man. I'm telling you, man. Let me say something about this, and then this goes into the music thing, and this is I don't know how this microphone sound. I don't know how it sound right now, but check one two. I don't know how this microphone sounding, y'all, so don't even worry about it. I hope it's loud enough. If it's not, I ain't tripping. Cause like I say, I'm barely getting into building this content thing up and being on the internet and going live on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and all these different things. But I have to get myself in that mindset and in that mode. And the reason it's taking me a minute is because when you're the type of person that like I am, I'm about this business. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very difficult um to do music when you are emotionally detached from it. And so by doing business, my mind be in a whole different place, a whole different mindset. And so it's very difficult for me to really, focus on trying to do good music, you know, and do work. But then when things like these frustrations that I'm having today come about, and this is what I want to tell young producers, this is when you get in the studio. See, that's when I start be like, okay, you know what? I didn't have much inspiration at first, and so because everything cool, and so you don't really, I ain't in love with nothing or nobody, so I ain't got can't write no love songs. I ain't really, don't really have no issues, so can't really discuss, so it's like there's nothing to feed the motivation. There's nothing to feed the there's nothing to feed my creative spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's been aggravating me, man, is that I haven't had, I feel creative, but I haven't had anything to really feed my creative spirit. And so, um, wait a minute. Wait, does this fit over here? Can it? Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm finna try to, oh, let me see something. Let's see if this microphone, oh, yes, sir. All right, so we'll put that over there. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's perfect. Um, and this camera right here, I can feed that camera, and then this camera right here, I can feed that camera. So yeah, I'm just testing out some things and doing just different things anyway. Yeah, so I didn't have anything to feed that creative spirit, right? And so I just kind of was, in a place where I wasn't, um, I wasn't feeling motivated. I was more aggravated and frustrated about things, and not and really not very motivated. And so a lot of things happened today, and I felt like I want to get in and do some beats. So that's what y'all finna catch. I'm finna, and we literally starting from scratch. I mean, I literally don't even know what I'm about to do. So y'all finna see this go from literally scratch, man. I got no, but I'm gonna make it out. I know something. I feel. Like I say, this is my happy place. So the first thing we want to do, and I'm gonna find a way to make these bigger. You see, if I don't know if y'all can see my mouse, it's on the top This is my MPC beats. Excuse me. And so that's what I'm working in today. MPC beats. I love this program. I've only had it a few months. I've only had an opportunity to really tinker around with it. I haven't really gotten into the depths of it yet. Um, so we starting from scratch, y'all. Let's get into it. Um, yeah, let's get into it. Let's find some sounds first of all. Let's see what. Now the first thing I need to make sure. Hold on. Let's see if we nope, we don't have any output. So that's the first thing we need to do is all right. All right, we're gonna y'all gonna see me do. I'm gonna do this from scratch. Y'all gonna watch me do this whole thing, and I'm gonna see how much time it's gonna take me to knock this beat out. That wasn't my original rhythm, as y'all saw. That wasn't that. I didn't intend for that rhythm to happen, but that rhythm just came. But I'm gonna work with it. I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna make it work. All right, producers. Now you see what I did now, and this is the point. This is where I usually mess up, but I used to way back in the day. By not saving the damn track in the very beginning as soon as you start. Control S, Control S, Control S, Control S, Control S, Control S, Control S. I cannot emphasize it enough, y'all. Control S. I ain't got no name for it, but it sound. I like it though. It's got. So I usually try to title my songs based on the feel or the vibe that it gives me. So that gives me a sort of a jumpy thing. Let's jump into it. So we're gonna call it Jump Into. Oh, that's the song. Jump Into It. Yeah. My family's so throwed off. They think it's morning time. It's like 6 o'clock in the evening. All right. So look. So we're gonna name this Jump Into It. So that's the name of the track. Bam. So let me get that saved. And I gotta get used to this thing, man. I swear I gotta do. But I'm feeling comfortable with it. I'm good though. All right, back to the beat. Just looking for more sounds now. I like the way that sounded. Just hearing that, just that little piece was enough for me. So what does my microphone sound like? Just come on now. So you don't hear nothing on the microphone? So yeah, so as y'all can see, I just layered across that guitar across that, just very simply. As y'all can see, very simply. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm only 3 tracks in. Actually, 2 tracks. That's the guitar, that's the drums, and that's it. And I consider that track to be like right now. I'm like 40% done already. And this is usually how I go with me in the studio. Usually, by within the first 30 minutes or so, I usually have the track out of my head onto the beat, and then from there, I usually, everything else is just layering. And remember what I said, kids. Control S, kids. Save, 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 saves. Because what you don't want to do is catch a good rhythm and catch a good like that. Like remember when I started, I didn't even start off on that rhythm, but once that other little rhythm came in, bam, save it. Because I don't even know how I came up with that rhythm, but it worked. Now listen to how the old track then came around, just me accidentally coming up with that first drum pattern. So that's why Control S is so important, because there ain't no way I can go back and repeat it now. Well, I can now because I've heard it a few times. But I'm saying in the beginning, had I not saved it and say I went back and did something and messed around, and I would have been totally right now. I wouldn't even have nothing right now because I'd be probably still trying to figure some things out. All right, so now we're going to add. That's what we call the rhythm section. And just in case for those that may not be familiar with how the music production goes. So the first thing you want to do is develop a rhythm. So what I have here is a rhythm. It's the rhythm sets the tone for the song. And that's what you need, because when artists come into a studio to record, right, if you don't have something that has a feel to it already and something for them to grab hold to, they're gonna get all into all kinds of other things, and they ain't got nothing to do with the music. And as a producer, your job is to guide this project to the finished product, to the finish line, right? And when you have a lot of creative people in the room, everybody thinks that whatever they say is it. Everybody think they shit is the shit. Everything that they do is the shit. But if you're the producer, you are in control. It's kind of like you're the pilot. And if you let people take control of the plane, trust me, it's going to crash. And so I've been a producer, and everybody knows me that has ever worked with me knows I don't take nothing from artists, nobody, producers, other producers, record labels, managers. They all be in the studio, and I just tell them all, I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. Ain't nobody producing this track but me. And so as a producer, I know some of y'all get intimidated because they done paid you, or they man, look, at the end of the day, that your name is gonna go on that track forever, for history. That's the way I look at it. And so I used to tell artists all the time, hey man, I gotta put my name on this. And if I ain't put my name on no trash, and see they'll trash your track and then make it seem like it was you. And they quick to say, oh man, the producer. So that's why you take control. And if it's whack at the end of it, but at least you had control of the process. But control your process, because otherwise you're not gonna get your product, and you're just gonna end up with just wasting a whole bunch of time. You know what I'm saying? So let people know off the rip. Stay in control of your tracks. Stay in control of your studio. Stay in control of your board. Stay in control of everything. Because if you let other people come in and start taking control, trust me, you're going to get all thrown off and all discombobulated. And then you're going to be in the studio all night. And when you're paying $150 an hour for studio time and you got a budget, you want to stick to that budget. And artists will run your budget up, and that money comes out of your pocket. So man, you gotta make sure you stay in control of your situation, because it's gonna cost you money if you let them artists run it, and they'll act like that money free, but that money ain't free. Somebody paying for it, and it's usually gonna be you. If you the producer, if you own the production company, you got the budget. So that means every dollar you spend comes out of your budget. And so the more money you spend on jacking around with them artists while they want to smoke weed and stand outside and play, and oh, I gotta get my feel, and I'm like, I tell them straight up, well, you come back tomorrow when you get your feel, but we finna cut this session short, because I'm not finna spend $150 an hour for you to go get your feel outside smoking with your partners. All right, so I got the rhythm down, right? So now we're gonna add some bottom, or what I call the bass line, or what I call the full. You wanna fill it out. So we on the high, and now I'm gonna add some bass to it. I heard a little sound when I just, ooh, I like that sound. I heard that little sound. So now we're not gonna do the bass, but and that's another thing. Don't ever get married to something in your head. If now you heard me say I was gonna do the bass, but now I hear a sound that sort of went in, and I felt something else. So don't be afraid to stop and change the trajectory of what you're doing. Always let the music drive you. Don't ever let you don't drive the music. You let whatever creativity you feel when you get when you're in the creative process, everything count. I got a rule. See, here's the thing. You can put everything in the beginning. Everything. Don't even worry about it. Don't everything. Put everything in, because here's the thing about music. You can take, when you're recording, I can take anything out, right? I can take anything out. What you can't do is recreate a rhythm or a thought or something that was very creative. You can't recreate that. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to record it at that moment. If you don't like it later, that's fine. Just take it out. But record it. Get it on tape. Because even if you might not use it at that, I've been many times when I've done songs where I did something at one part of the song and it didn't work, but I moved it to another part of the song and it did work. So put everything in. It's like gumbo. Put everything in. Don't ever keep nothing out. Put everything in. You can always take something out. The biggest problem that I have with artists is when they come in the studio and think that they're going to, in one take or in one this or one that, like I'm like, man, if anybody was really that damn good where they could just go in and do one thing and be done with it, I mean, everybody would be millionaires. This music thing is not that simple. So when you see boys saying, oh yeah, I did it in one take, I'm like, yes, and that's why it sounds like trash. They can do it. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's gonna sound like trash. This process is a process, and you got to take it. You got to let the process play itself out, and let your creativity open up your mind to the place where, when you feel something, let it be known in the music. You can take it out if you don't like it later, but don't ever let it like, okay, well, I ain't gonna put that in there. And then later on, you may need, that little part might have been the little part that saved you. But if you didn't record it, it's out of there. So I found this little part because I like the way it sounds, but I'm gonna figure out what it's gonna go in the song. I don't know yet, but y'all are watching me go through my process. But this is my real live creative process. All right, so now I'm finna show y'all what we call an arpeggi. Let me get the word right. Arpic arpit. I never could say this word. Arpeggiator. It's called an arpeggiator. That's that thing where you. That's the thing on the synthesizers that just kind of keeps looping, right? But on an arpeggiator, it does it for you. But I'm gonna show you manually how synthesizers. Well, this is a producer's way. This is the real arpeggiator. I'm making the arpeggiator. They do it now electronically, but I'm gonna show you how to take that rhythm. If you heard that little thing I just did, you hear that? I'm gonna turn that into arpeggiated rhythm. Watch this. All right, now listen. This is how the regular rhythm goes. All right, now watch me. Now watch, I'm finna switch it up, and I'm gonna add the arpeggiator effect to it. And just like that, do 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 da do da da do da. And if you notice, all I'm doing is layering track on top of track on top of track, rhythm on top of rhythm. Okay, now watch this. Now I'm gonna take that track and watch this. I'm gonna pull a real stunt. Now watch. Now I'm finna take that whole track up a step. We're gonna add that bass. Now let's go to the bass. And let me see what we got. All right, right, now watch. We gonna add this sub to it, and it's just gonna you gonna get the. Now you finna feel. I'm finna put the bottom end of it. Right now you're gonna see how it feel. Now watch now watch how the whole track. The bottom always brings the rest of the track together. It's sort of like the. It's kind of like the gravy in the song. It's the thing that brings all that everything that was going on together. So watch this. Save. Control less, control less, control less. Before I add anything else to a track, every time hit that control less. People always hit that control less. All right, and we're gonna add this bass to it, and then that's gonna be the track. Watch this. Y'all hear that? Y'all remember where this track started? And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. One track in 1 hour. 1 hour. One track, 1 hour. There you have it, folks. 1 hour. One track. I'm on 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1 hour and 3 minutes. And that is. It's your man DJ SLK, live in the studio, rnbgroove.com. Go check it out. I'll be back with another quick tutorial on another day, another time. But as you can see, that's 1 hour. I just get in, we do it, and we get out. Normally now mind you, that's just step one. That's not the whole track. So I would normally take this track. This is what I call pre-production, and I would usually run this down, transfer it over to my Pro Tools, and take it into you do this at home, and then you take it over to the $1 million studio, and you amplify it. And so that's pretty much my process. This is pretty much how I go down. This is pretty much how I do it, and I want y'all to see it live, direct. This your man DJ SLK. That's 1 hour, 3 minutes, one track. All right. Peace and love. God bless. I'm out.